Hello and welcome to Sidequest. This is our video game show here at Geekverse. I'm your host, the Adam Hartcaster, Dylan Muss, and I have with me the full house. We got the clown prince of draft, Travis Snell. How's it going, my friend?
Very good. I'm very excited. This is my year, Dylan. I can feel it. You know, someone's gonna take down Kirkland's 2 years in a row. Taylor's won 2 years in a row. It's time for a change of both those drafts. This year, I feel like I'm the most prepared than I've ever been. Like I feel like unless one or two picks go wrong, I'm not saying I'm gonna get all picks, but I have a good strategy going on right now, so I'm ready.
I love to hear that. We also have the feels good to win again. Taylor Field, how's it going?
Oh, it's going pretty good. My name is based on the fact that I don't actually know if I came out of the gate winning that last video game draft. I'm just
last year's you won.
Yeah, I won. Okay.
Oh, what?
I think every game you had on your list was like above 90 Metacritic or like at lowest like an 88. You had like and you had all 5 games released. So you had a very strong list.
Okay,
Beautiful.
so wait, is Taylor the one? Is it Kirkland that previously won 2 years in a row, and Taylor just
Kirkland
dethroned him?
Kirkland won 2 years ago.
Okay,
And
maybe I'm wrong.
I forget if we do it the year before.
I feel like it might have happened.
If we
Sidequest
did,
happened.
Kirkland won the first year as well.
Yeah,
Like I can say that for sure. But there he is, the golden boy, Kirkland Patzer. How's it going?
Very good. I'm happy to be here. I don't know. I feel like I'm not as confident coming into it as maybe I should be,
Okay.
but who knows?
I
Maybe it could
rattle
be
you a little bit there,
surprise.
Kirkland.
Yeah, your names
Got
are
in your head.
intimidating. Yeah. It's been a rough start. I went into the wrong room too before we did this. I feel like I'm just all out of whack, but yeah.
It's
Good
rough
luck
for
to
you.
me.
I was getting ready to record and my fucking headphones just
Oh, no.
snapped in half.
Yeah.
The
That's a
iconic
legendary
headphones that
pair,
Geek First
yeah.
listeners will have seen for almost a decade now. So
Yeah.
I'm a little rattled by that personally. So
kidding.
if I lose the draft, it's the headphones' fault.
We should just moment of silence. There we go. We did.
That's great podcasting right there.
I was waiting for the trumpet to come in, honestly.
I was like doing it because I know someone's scrambling. Like, what's going on? Did I pause it? Did I have my headphones unplugged? But no, just RIP to the headphones. You know, they had a good
Yeah.
run.
I'm going to try and fix them. I'm going to get some tape on there, maybe a little super
Start
glue,
over.
but I'll report back on how that goes. But yeah, today we are doing the 2024 video game draft. We had an extra episode of Sidequest this week as me and Kirkland talked about a bunch of the games we've been playing. So you can go check that out. And then in next week's episode is going to be all about the Xbox
Oh,
Direct.
I can't wait.
That is happening on the 18th. So by the time this is out, it might already be out. So Travis, what did you think of Indiana Jones? And that demo was pretty great, eh?
Loved it. Was the best. I can't wait to talk about more in depth. When is this actually releasing? I don't know. When is this?
I don't know. Maybe Thursday, maybe Friday.
Okay. I left it. I
So-
left the week clear for you whenever you want to.
It might, yeah. It can drop whenever.
Okay.
So yeah, that's what we'll be doing next week. Who's joining me for that? Travis, Taylor, you guys both in?
I have the power. Remember last week I was complaining. I was like, "Where's the details on this?" All we got was that stupid vignette. They listened to me over there at Bethesda.
They did.
It's good to know. So I will definitely be there, barring critical life situation. So
I
I'd
love
love
that.
to just sneak
You're the
in.
Xbox guy.
Save
Yeah.
me a seat.
Yeah,
I will not be
definitely.
Kirkland?
Good
Report
stuff.
back.
So yeah, that's what SideQuest is looking like. Join the Patreon to get episodes early and ad free, such as this draft will be at least a couple days early up on there. So fun stuff like that. I mentioned this on our episode earlier this week as well, but yeah, I finally went back and made a playlist on YouTube for all of SideQuest. So you can easily get all those episodes in one spot. So that's nice and convenient. I've had I'm starting to put the timestamps in the audio version as well, which might get screwed up a bit just because of the ad. That's why I haven't done it previously. So people let me know if it gets totally screwed up, but it's at least roughly in there. So you can do that. I mean, if there's an episode like this, there's not really timestamps as we are just kind of set on one topic, but you can look forward to that. And join the Discord to chat with us and all that good stuff. We're just gonna get into this draft here. So we're changing things up slightly, but well, not really. But here's what's going on. We kind of decided that after the preview, especially from last week, like we don't have a ton of information right now. Like we are good for January, February, March. And then after that, we don't really know what's going on for the rest of the year. We have ideas. We know this Xbox thing's going to give us some info later this week, but that hasn't come out yet. So it's a bit up in the air. So we have kind of decided that we are going to have a part 2 to this later in the year. I'm going to say just July or June, after Summer Game Fest and stuff, when we have more info on release dates for the second half of the year. We're going to kind of reconvene. Anything that we've picked today that gets delayed out of the year, we can repick those, and then we'll probably add 2 or 3 extra picks each. Kind of just depends. We'll see what kind of announcements you have at that point. So a little bit up in the air, but for today, I think our goal should still be pick things that you have a good reason to believe are coming out this year. Obviously, things that either have a release date or things that like they have said are 2024, but we don't have a month yet. I think we should try and stick to that, right? Rather than just like me picking GTA 6, knowing that it's not coming out this year, so I get a repick. Like, no metagaming like that. Like, try and pick things that you think are coming out.
Damn, my strategy.
I'm sacrificing this
Hopefully
year's
that-
draft in order for next year.
Yeah, hopefully that wasn't your strategy, Travis. But I think we should, for the sake of this draft, try and keep it to things that we, once again, have a reason to believe that it is in fact coming out this year. So, but yeah, as for today, we're all going to pick 5 games. And then we'll reconvene later in the year and get more games in there and repick anything. And then once again, the rules for this are we're all picking 5 games and then or more. And then at the end of the year, whoever's game has games have the highest collective Metacritic score, add them all together. Who has the highest number there, they are the winner. So obviously, if you have a game that doesn't come out, that massively hurts your points. So yeah, you got to make sure you're picking games that come out. Any other weirdness to the rules? I think it's pretty simple. Like I guess you have to kind of specify the console. If it's a multi-platform game, you want to make sure you're picking that because Metacritic could have different ratings depending on the console and whatnot. So yeah, pretty straightforward. We've done this now for a couple of years. So who's got the wheel? Let's get the wheel loaded up and figure out the order. We're gonna do a snake draft as we always do.
Ready for the wheel. All right, we ready?
Yeah.
We're going. I don't even know
Let her
what
rip.
to spin. There we go.
It's gonna
Here
be
we
that
go.
slow shit again, where it's gonna be slowing on my name.
You got to blow on it.
Doesn't
Oh,
look like it. Looks like it pointed to the Sidequest host himself.
Legend.
keep going, keep going, keep going.
Oh, Kirkland really wanted that first round pick. Okay, so I'm first.
Mr. Muss. There we go. Let's go.
Which I'm happy about. I'm going to say I'm very happy about that for a specific reason.
So my
Keep
theory,
going, keep going, keep going.
Go on it, Kirkland.
my theory is right that when they switch the colors, it always ends in the Pokemon colors, the red and blue. It's crazy.
Is that what you wrote, Taylor and I?
That's why we're there, Chris.
No,
yeah.
I was green. It switched me to yellow. I don't
Jesus
control
Christ.
that. Jeez Louise.
Is Pokemon red and blue? Isn't the Pokeball just red and white?
It is
I-
red
And
and
not in,
there's
not in the
blue.
multiverse I live.
I guess there's like the
Whoa,
Great
whoa.
Ball. The Great
Okay.
Ball's red and blue.
Okay,
right?
Yeah, okay.
I'll take last pick. I kind of like that.
First the worst, second the best, third the golden bird, and they had nothing for the fourth.
Fourth, the golden boy.
No, the
No,
there's
I
no
make the
rhymes.
rules.
Yeah, no. Not
Okay,
today.
so we got the order there. I mean, I'm not going to waste any time. I think the first round pick is probably pretty obvious. I think anyone who had first probably would have gone for it. But I'm picking up Final Fantasy VII Rebirth.
Yep.
That is my number 1 round pick. I don't even know what the first Final Fantasy VII remake got on Metacritic, but I'm sure it's pretty freaking high, and I think this is going to be high, the same heights or higher. And from all the trailers, as someone who didn't even play the first part, it looks amazing. So I think that's going to hit with a huge slam, and I think it's coming out in what? Was it February, March?
It's February.
It's very early on in the year, so even if it gets delayed, you still got lots of time for it to come out. So I think that's a very easy first round pick for me.
Yeah. No, good job. I think I had that as well. I don't know about Teo. We'll ask him when we get to him. But Teo, you writing these names down?
Yep, I got him.
All right, this is an easy one for me. I'm going to go. I just always feel like they got a good barometer. Rarely do these games come out and choke and get some bad ratings. Rarely are they even like in the orange or yellow or red, whatever it may be. I'm going to go Peach Showtime. I don't know if it's going to be
Whoa.
like a 90 or something, but I don't see it not being green. I feel like Nintendo always delivers quality. Like I said, it's a pretty good track record. Like you could count like the past probably 5 years. You could probably count on your one hand, how many times they've had a game under green versus that. So yeah, Peach Showtime. I think that's like at least a solid 80 for me. So that's where I'm sticking the bun right now.
I feel like Nintendo games don't get dinged for being too simplistic. So
Yes.
that's something that'll work for you. And then that's game's absolutely coming out this year as well.
Yeah.
So I think that's a solid pick. Not one that I had super high. So it's interesting that you went for that, but I like to see it nonetheless.
I just feel like I got now 4 picks till it comes back to me. It's one that could easily be snagged by
True.
one of these two. If I go, my pick got taken, take it. So I want a guaranteed win, and that's what I think Peach Showtime's going to give me.
All right.
My number 1 pick for this evening is Mario vs. Donkey Kong. I'm like you, Travis. It's the same
Okay.
Nintendo picks. 'Cause I was looking at a few other Nintendo Switch. Like there's original games, like sequels and whatnot, but I was looking for the remakes. And I think Super Mario RPG even was hit, I think it was like the 80s around there. It was in the green. So I felt very confident saying, okay, this is a remake. I feel great that this is going to be at least a safe green pick. So there you go.
The original game that it's a remake of has an 81 on Metacritic, so that's pretty solid.
Yeah, I would have got that. Was that your original first pick, Taylor, or would have been Final Fantasy?
I was gonna do something else, but I didn't even have Final Fantasy on my list. I was gonna do something else, but then you saying Peach Showtime instigated my Mario Donkey Kong pick now. So
Damn, both of you.
So I gotta
taking
speak
my
to
Mario
it.
picks away. It's always safe to bet on Mario for
Yeah.
those sorts of things. Okay. What do I want to double up here? I think my first pick, I'm going to go South Park Snow Day on PlayStation 5.
You fucker, eh?
Yeah. The
You fucking-
That was a
couple
good
games high on Metacritics, and I don't know. This one's very different than the other genres, so it could be risky, but I'm just gonna trust in the South Park name for that
What
one.
console
and
was
then
that, sorry?
PlayStation 5. I feel like that's just the least buggy potentially.
Yeah, I feel like PC ports are more buggy these days than the opposite used to be true for a long time, whereas the 360 version was always super borked at launch, but it seems to go the opposite way these days.
I'm just
Dude,
gonna
you
throw
keep
it out.
smacking your lips over here.
Metacritic looked like Xbox had the higher score than the PlayStation ones. I think that fits with the fan base. But I mean, if you want to go PlayStation,
with the
I mean, it's already been done. It's already
You
been,
did it,
it's
yeah.
already
It's
been-
that, yeah.
You can't grab that pick back.
Don't help them.
I'm gonna be honest. I am surprised by all of your first round picks. So
That
I
worries
don't know what
me.
that means. I don't know if that means that I'm out of touch or if we all just have a different read on the year. It is a weird year, so I think that's maybe par for the course. But I definitely had South Park somewhere on my list, but that was a bottom one for me. So
Yeah.
that's interesting.
I had bottom 3 for me, but it was there. So
right.
And my
Second
second pick, I'm just gonna stick in the PlayStation game here. I'm gonna go Last of Us Part 2 remastered. Yeah, just go with that.
does that count? I
don't
think
think it counts.
I've
Why
tried
not?
this. I've tried this years before, and
Why?
I got dinged on it. So there's no way.
What am I doing? What's
But
going on?
It's not a remake. It's a remaster. It's just like here's a new coat of paint.
Okay. So like we've never gotten Resident Evils in here. Okay.
Those are remakes.
Oh, fuck off. Okay.
That's we've had this conversation before because I one year had a great strat. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna
Yeah,
come in.
it's
get
definitely
this, get
it's definitely a weird
Mario
scale
Donkey
for sure.
Kong.
But
Yeah, there you go. Mario.
that. That's a
Donkey-
remake.
that's a remake.
Yeah, that is a remake. Yeah, I
Fuck
made
all
sure
you, that's fine.
today. I made sure I had a couple. Like, no, they gotta make
it's
sure
a
they're for sure
PS5
remakes.
port, and they they have a new mode, but like whatever.
Whole new game, but that's fine. Down the list here. So many picks have been taken already on my list.
At least it wasn't your
I'm gonna
first round
go-
pick. I would have felt bad.
Yeah.
Since it's your second
Would
round
you have
now,
let me
I
have
would've
it? Probably not. Oh my gosh. Let's go.
Crickham's
Stick to the
reevaluating.
PlayStation. Let's go Rise of Ronin. March
Okay.
22nd
Nice,
release.
Nice. Yeah.
That's a nice pick. I like
Hopefully it hits hard.
Yeah, that's one I had on the list too. I was gonna maybe grab at one point, but that is a anomaly. Like it should do well because PlayStation, but you never know, right? So I think that could be one that sinks you or wins you. Like that could be the decider.
It's my strategy this year. All my picks are going to be sink or wins.
Wild
All
card.
December release points. No. I'm kidding.
Yeah, December 31st. Here we go. He wins it the night before 2025.
My number 2, Tekken 8. I feel like it's a
Nice.
very, very
Really good
reliable,
pick.
safe pick.
All right. So in the vein of remake versus remaster, I'm picking another remake for the Nintendo Switch, Paper Mario and the Thousand Year Door. Now this does not have a date yet, but it has a date of 2024. It is a remake, so I looked into it.
Is it a really remake?
It
I
is
thought
a
it
re-
was just
that-
like HD with like widescreen.
I
sounds
swear
like a
when I
porn.
did the Google, no, you don't even know anything, Taylor. You're just saying that. And I'm prepared if not, but I swear that when I looked it up, it is a remake. Let me see.
What's your source? Where are you looking it up on?
Well, it would have just been Google, Taylor.
It's on Travis's Twitter right now.
Hey, yeah, I tweeted it out. Hang on, I'll see if I can find it. Because I don't think it's a, I don't think it's a port. Let's see, where is?
Like I look at like Metroid, even though it's called Metroid Prime Remaster, like that was actually a remake last year, and something like that I think is fair game. But this to me looks like a remaster if I've ever seen one.
Is it getting a remake? Let's see. The company now. Okay, so here you go. The Verge. As of 2023 September, the company announced a remake of Paper Mario: The Thousand Year Door, a beloved RPG that first came out on the GameCube.
Okay. I can't argue with The Verge. I mean, what am I going to do?
Well, I don't know
It's
about
the
The
most
Verge,
reputable
but, like,
source.
I was trying to find. Even there's a Reddit post, remake versus original.
I-
If there's much
I-
contention, I'll kick it. But I'm just saying, if it comes out and we get a bunch of remakes during the conference, everything like that, there's some tomfoolery here.
Where are you guys at, Kirkland? Taylor, what's your stance on this one?
We know where
Obviously, I don't want to let him pick it, so that's my suggestion.
I mean, if it
Taylor?
says it's a remake, I can't
The
really
Verge.
dispute
The Verge
that.
says it's a remake.
The Verge. Let's see. How reliable is The Verge?
Oh my god.
It's the most reliable. I was kind of seeing on their website what they even listed as.
Oh.
Paper Mario Switch. There. How reliable is The Verge there, Taylor?
It's pretty Apple biased, in my honest opinion. That's what someone says.
Oh,
But that
okay.
What
doesn't
is-
So
help.
for
what is that?
Nintendo news, not reliable.
What
weird.
does that help us with?
I'm willing to
I
let
w-
it slide.
Well, I will. It's a 50-50, so I'll kick it because I don't want. If it gets more clarification, though, I should get like first dibs when we redo this later on.
Yeah,
Like,
sure. You can yeah, it's in your back pocket ready to get pulled out for sure.
I think if we get a bunch of conferences and they deem it a remake, and in July when we're repicking, no one should get to pick that at all, and I should get to have that, in my opinion. Because no, that
So you're just
I'll
gonna
agree with
swap
that.
out your
I agree with
lowest
that. I agree
rated
with that.
game for that? Okay. That sounds a
sure
little
maybe
grimy.
no. Did we decide for swapping the lowest rate games or games that got delayed? I couldn't remember.
I think what we'll do is anything that's officially delayed, repick, and then we'll all I don't know, probably pick 2 or 3, maybe more games on
Yeah,
top
so
of
see,
the
so I'm
list,
not getting rid of my low score, Kirkland. It would be in addition of. So it's like I
No,
have.
we
like,
gotta
a
keep the
franchise tag
red
on it.
falls. The red
Yes.
falls
Okay,
keep everything
good.
balanced.
I
in the
agree.
list.
So I'm fine to franchise tag it. We'll revisit it in July. Revisit it. I'm gonna pick Like a Dragon: Infinite Wealth. I looked at all those Yakuza games. They did pretty well. I think there was one in the past 5 or 6 years that was under 80, but the rest were all 82, 81. I guess I should see it's on multiple consoles there, right? I'm guessing.
think
Let
so.
me pull this up here.
Should be on everything except for Switch
Okay, let me just.
and Google Stadia, of course.
Oh, Switch. That's the one I was gonna pick. What month is it coming out here?
It's January. It's coming out this month.
Right there. Okay, so PC. I'll just PC is all. I'll just go with PS5. I'll just go with the Sony
More
pony.
reliable. Yeah.
Yeah, because PC usually, if it's the best, then it's always get those high ratings. But if something's wrong with it, crashes. But I'm pretty confident in this. It seems like they got a good barometer. They know what they're doing. So I think this at least is like a 75 plus one. So I think this is another good guaranteed shot, unless they just
Nice.
crash and burn. So Like a Dragon.
Okay. Nice. Okay, I think this game has let me down before because it got delayed and that resulted in me losing, but I'm going to pick it again. They've said 2024. We're getting info on it later this week, which I think means that anytime Xbox do these January directs, I think those games are all going to come out in the same year. So I'm picking Senua's Saga Hellblade 2.
Oh, yes.
Get her on the list.
Nice.
I think that game, I didn't look up what the first one did. I think this one's going to be bigger and better. And I just feel like it seems like one of those kind of, even though it's an Xbox game, it feels like one of those Sony, like, third persons, very narrative focused action adventure games. So I think in that way it's going to do pretty well across the board.
That was on my list. I felt like it was coming out. So I'm going to stay in that same realm and go another
Well, I think I get
hell.
another pick here.
Oh, you
first,
do?
so you might not want to
Oh.
reveal that.
What was
quite
that
yet.
pick gonna be,
Oh, I
Mr.
got a bunch of. I was ready this year. There's no scrambling. I got a
Yeah.
list here.
Okay. It's not like you're picking remakes or anything.
No, of course not.
I'm gonna
Sorry,
grab.
Masters.
I'm gonna grab another one that. Technically, I guess we have no idea if this is 2024, other than this Xbox conference. So I don't know if that's scummy if I pick it.
I'll
Depends
allow
the
it.
game. Yeah, it depends the game. Like
Yeah,
It's just straight up allowing it.
yeah.
he's allowing Avowed. Is that what he's allowing? I don't know if I.
If
I
that's
feel
about,
like
I would allow
it's
it.
probably freaking coming out this
Allow.
year, but I don't think
Yeah.
there's ever been a 2024 written on its name.
We're getting more
but-
details next week, right? So
which makes me think
It
that
is definitely not coming out. That's the first thing they're gonna say.
Yeah.
2025.
We've seen gameplay for it before, so okay. If you guys are happy with that, then I'm gonna go with Avowed as my next pick here. I think this one is gonna be a solid in the 80s. I don't really think it's gonna rise up to the 90s. I think Obsidian's a very consistent studio. I've always thought of them as like the Insomniac for the Xbox studios. They're just releasing so many games. They're always quality, but they're not necessarily that game of the year. Although Grounded was my game of the year in 2022, whenever that came out. So looking at the Outer Worlds, which I think that's the same team that did this, I think it's just going to be a solid kind of mid 80s sort of game. I do think it's coming out because it's part of this Xbox conference. I also am very excited for it. It's one of my most anticipated games at the moment. So also it's a heart pick for me. So I can't go wrong with Avowed on the list.
Nice.
I always respect when you can, repick a previous year one, like Dune in my movie draft.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's something special about that pain.
You don't count them out. Yeah.
As I was saying, which luckily Dylan went another route. Speaking of, Dylan was talking about Hellblades. Well, I'm going to do some hell diving because I'm going to do Helldivers 2.
Okay.
That's coming out. I was surprised at looking at it. The first one's like an 81 in the green. I feel like it can't hopefully take like a massive plummet. I'm picking the PS5 version. So, yeah, and like Dylan said, I feel like they've been trying to pump it up a little more lately. So maybe they feel they're very uber confident. Maybe it's going to be something that will make like a nice 5-point jump or 10-point jump. And they're like, oh, okay, Helldivers 1 was something, but Helldivers 2, just wait, this is the one the kids are going to be talking about. But so again, this is more based on the past, and as far as previous iterations have reviewed well, so let's go with that. And it's earlier in the year. I think it's Q1, like March or something. So another thing that kind of feel a bit safer because there's probably some bigger games that could come out near the end of the year, like Dylan's Avowed, but you never know. It's the crash and burn picks. They could win you or lose you. So March, predecessor reviewed well. That's a Travis pick right there.
Nice.
Oh, I think I'm going to go with a safe pick here. I'm going to go with Dragon's Dogma. That first one, it was sitting around the 75, but I like my chances of it being 75 to 85, somewhere in there.
I think this one will do better than the first one.
That was on my list.
I don't have any sort of
Mostly
science behind
because-
that. It just feels that way.
Mostly because
I'll
it
take
was in my head from Dylan talking about it the other day. I was banking on that.
What are you banking on now, Kirkland?
Oh yeah, you don't get 2 picks. I get 2 picks. Okay, that's good. Okay, I'm gonna go down maybe a little mythological route. I'm gonna go Black Myth Wukong. Got the August release date.
I like that pick.
This one, like, it could disappoint, but even if it disappoints, I feel like it could be still in that high 70s range. Just because there is such high expectations on it, obviously that would still be seen as a disappointment. But that could pad some stats at some stage. But hopefully it just delivers. My second pick, I'm gonna go with a banger here. I'm gonna go Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024. Now, the previous one had a 91 on Metacritic, and it doesn't have a release date, but it does have a year. So I'm banking that it's actually
is
going to
that
come
a new
out
game?
2024.
Or what is that?
Yeah, it's the new
Uh-oh.
Microsoft Flight
That'd be a
Simulator.
new game,
Kirkland remastered.
It's a new game.
What console?
How is that
PC?
remastered? It's a whole new game.
I don't know. I'm just
PC, yeah, definitely PC. I think it is, like, they do come out on console, but they always come out on PC.
Is the
first.
last one, the Black Myth, is that Sony?
That's going to be PlayStation. Yeah.
PlayStation.
Wow,
Nice.
this completely went off my radar, but that's a sequel. That's a sequel. So good find on that one. You did some sleuthing to get that. So
Yeah.
I like it.
Thank
Were you
you.
pretty confident no one else was that? Like, imagine if
I
one of us
thought
picked it round
Taylor
one.
might mention it. I was gonna leave it to my last pick, but then I was getting nervous, especially because a lot of my
Yeah.
picks have already been taken. It's like, okay, we're going into the
I thought that
captain's
was, like,
cupboard here.
Essentially a live service game where they're just going to keep updating it, making it better, and improving it. So that's why I'm surprised to see a sequel. I wonder what like new features it's going to have. I feel like it's probably just going to be maybe like technically the current gen exclusive version. Maybe the last one was on Xbox One or something. So
No, that's a solid one.
interesting. I think that takes us back to Mr. Field. You look like you're grinding the gears over there.
I took
I
his
am,
Flight
because I
Simulator
think-
pick.
His brain broke for a second. What am I doing here?
So, is Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon a remaster or a remake?
That's
That's
a
a
remaster.
remaster.
For
That's
sure.
a remaster? Because I've seen the term remake being thrown around here.
No.
By who? The Verge or?
Game Rant. Game Rant says it's a Switch remake.
via the Verge.
To me, that's a no, but there's other people who can.
I think it's a no as well.
It's a
just 'cause
no. It's a
it
no
looks
from me,
pretty
dog.
similar.
You're
If we said
scared.
no on fuck, what's it called?
Paper Mario,
Paper
1000
Mario,
Words,
yeah. Like honestly, going back to Mario vs. Donkey Kong, that might have been a stretch, but honestly, it's
That's a remake for sure, though. Like graphically, that's like Super Mario RPG. I think there's a big jump up
Sure.
with Mario vs. Donkey Kong. where
yeah. No,
this
I'm
is
not.
like
I'm
a-
not taking it away. I'm just.
Just be
No way.
tentative. If it's over
I
90s, we
lost
take it away.
now.
What's with all these
Yeah,
Nintendo
photo.
remasters? Come on, let's get some fresh. Let's get some fresh blood in here.
Yeah.
Fresh. Okay, I'm gonna
all to
go
win.
Warhammer 40,000 Space Marine 2.
That's a September
There you go.
release date.
Wow,
Risky.
okay.
Eh?
Yeah, it's got a
Tell me
nice.
about that
The
game.
first one has a 76. I've never played it, but I mean, that could be an 86.
I love that you're aiming for like the 70s. Like that's you're not
first
even
one
trying
said that
for the
76.
greatness of 90s this year. Just if I can get a 70 on the board, I'm happy with that.
It's a pretty orange yellow on Metacritic, I'm pretty sure, in that number range.
Yeah.
No, it's sitting at green on Metacritic.
Oh, okay.
76. That's an A.
That's not
What?
an A. What school did
76
you go
is
to?
not
No,
A?
that's
What's
not
that? Is that a B?
Maybe on the
Oh,
A
A is like
85,
86
fuck.
is an A.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He lied to his parents a lot. Look, parents, another A.
Straight A's.
Fuck yeah! I would always kill myself for a C plus. If that was A, fuck, I would have been.
He's looking like Nathan Fielder over there. Hey, Travis.
Emily bugs me because I laugh at that every time. She's like, "Why? You know it's coming." It's like everyone go watch Nathan View. Opening credits,
Yeah,
great
so good.
stuff. How many picks we got left there, Taylor?
This is you're on your fourth.
Okay, so the penultimate here. I have other picks, so if not, it's fine. I want to throw this out because I don't think it's been dated, and I can't remember if Dylan said his game was dated, but with Indiana Jones, that's getting a showcase next week. It's in the
Rumored to
same-
come out this year. I think that's fair game.
That's the one that I'm wanting because it has a showcase next week. I feel like if it's getting a showcase the first month of this year, at least that's the design. Maybe it won't come out this, like maybe they'll give it a date and then it gets delayed, but I feel like that's their goal. So if that meets the charges, that would be my pick is Indiana Jones and the Circle of the Doom or whatever it's called.
Yeah, I mean, rumors are pointing to this year. The game, the studio hasn't released a game in like 8 years or something, so like
Yeah,
it's probably
cooking.
coming. Plus, I mean, we only have last year as a reference point with the Xbox January Direct, but all those games came out last year as well. I think that's what they're planning to do with these January
Cool.
showcases. Like, here's our big game for each quarter, essentially, of this year. And then obviously delays can happen, but I think Indiana Jones is a totally fair pick, even though we don't know if there is a subtitle or what the game's actually called. I think it's a fair game pick.
Okay. You two all good? Yep.
It's locked.
You agree? Okay. I was looking for a little confirmation. Yeah, Indiana Jones. That's my penultimate pick.
Nice.
Wild
Okay.
card last year, or are we? Aren't we all on our?
You guys all have one more. I have two more, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So, okay. So I don't have to worry about anyone taking mine at this point in time.
You got good power.
Let's see. There's Skull and Bones. There's
Taylor looked up. He's excited. Skull and Bones.
he's excited for it. I think I'm gonna go ahead and grab two indies for my fourth and fifth pick here. First one, and these are all games that have been slated for 2024, so I think I'm in the right. I'm not going to do the Hollow Knight thing again. I know I picked that previously. We still have no freaking clue when that game's coming out, so I'm not going to pick that.
Okay.
I'm going to pick up first here is Mina the Hollower. This is the next game from the Shovel Knight team. Shovel Knight games, I think all are getting like 90 or above, like really huge. This game looks amazing. I think it's exactly what people want. It's very like top-down Zelda-style game. Looks great. I can't wait for it, so it's another heart pick for me. And yeah, definitely a 2024 window on it. We've seen a lot of gameplay as well, so I feel pretty solid about that coming out this year and doing like at least 85, but I honestly think it's got 90 written all over it. I think it's going to be a big deal.
For
Good
Switch?
resume.
Yeah, well, I guess it's probably multi-plat, hey?
I'm seeing Switch, PS5, Linux, and more.
Oh, pick
No one's picking
Linux.
Linux, eh? Yeah. Microsoft Flight
Linux, that's
Simulator
risky,
on
man.
Linux.
Games
The best graphics.
not known to run well on Linux. So you didn't say Xbox though, just
I
PS5,
think,
Switch.
No, Xbox is there under the more category. It seems.
I think I will. What, I'm pretty. I'll go with the PS5 on this one.
Okay.
I'll go with PS5 on that one. And then for my final pick, I'm gonna go with. One is maybe a bit more of a known quantity, but I don't know if it's as certain to come out this year. So I'm going to go with the game that I think is absolutely coming out this year of the two. I'm going to pick up The Plucky Squire, which, if you guys don't remember this, if you look up a trailer, you will hopefully instantly remember it because it's a freaking beautiful game where it starts out kind of this storybook 2D adventure game, but then at some point you jump out of the book and then you're exploring this kind of child's bedroom and doing all sorts of crazy stuff. Very Zelda inspired. It has like the art director that worked on Pokemon for like 20 years, like really great art style to it, great color palette. Gameplay looks really fun, ton of variety. I think this game is going to be a really big deal. And yeah, I feel I listened to an interview at some point with the creator of it, and after that, I feel very confident that this game is going to land and be pretty great. And yeah, we've seen a lot of gameplay, and I am pretty sure we have the 2024 window on it. So yeah, that's my last pick there.
I'm glad you picked it, so then I can remember about it throughout the year, because it's definitely one I'm probably gonna get my hands on. It has a lot
the
of Toy
name
Story
is
vibes.
not necessarily the most memorable, but yeah, I think it's gonna be really good.
Yeah, just seeing them with all the landscapes, just feeling, like I said, some Toy Story nostalgia there, or Toy Soldiers, as we've talked about many times. Or was it Toy Soldiers? No, what was that game?
The Army Men one.
Sarge's Army. That's what it was. Sarge's
Definitely.
Heroes.
Heroes.
Yeah,
That's what it
Sarge's
was.
Heroes. Whatever the fuck it's called. Yeah, good pick. That I'm excited for that game. So, okay. I got a couple indies and a bigger title, but it's more risky.
Ooh,
Yeah.
I want to. Well, at the very end, at the very least, I want to hear what these indie picks are that you have on your radar here.
Well, I can say it, right? Because they can't pick them, right? They can't steal them like you did, right?
Well, they
So-
can pick. I mean, they go after you, so they could pick the game,
True, I guess so.
but they can't steal it. So
No, they can't.
That's next year's draft. We can jump in if you take too long.
that's true. Anything you put in the back of our head, we could pick in the second half, part 2 of the draft.
Let me just confirm which one is which, because they're pretty similar. So I'm sure you'll figure it out. But just because the bigger game, it is a further out date. So it's that thing of like, do I want to? I don't know. So let's do it. Last year I did Replace. This will be the last one. No, I'm not doing Replaced. I'm not doing
okay. I thought you were pulling the Hellblade like me. Yeah, just grab my game that got delayed again.
No. I think that's gonna be like the solo night or whatever. It's never gonna come out. I'm gonna pick Pacific Drive on the PS5.
Oh, okay.
Fuck, you took my pick.
Wow.
I'm gonna do
okay.
that. Yeah.
Hot
'Cause
commodity.
I'll reveal if the other game doesn't get picked what it was, and then there was another indie game. But yeah, there was like I liked it. You guys speak highly of it. It's also February, so I think even if it gets delayed, we're in a good realm of it's still coming out this year. So
I think they did previews recently, and from what I saw, people were liking it. So
perfect. Yeah. So again, I'm excited. This will maybe get me to actually play the game too, and it's on my list, so it's a little more of a sentimental pick. So yeah, no, from what I see from it, I have good vibes, and I like that date. So Pacific Drive is rounding out the
nice.
the clowns list.
I like
here,
that pick a
so
lot. That was
thank
definitely that was one of the ones I was considering for my last pick. So
Mhm.
nice pick.
Good, thank you. All right, Taylor. Now that I took your pick, what are you? Where you
Doesn't leave
going?
me in good position here.
No.
I think you should follow your heart for the last pick.
You want me to pick that, don't you?
I
just
really
can't-
do.
I can't trust it though. It's so risky.
What? Oh, right, Skull and Bones. Right?
Yeah.
I was
I know
looking
you
at
want
the
to.
Metacritic for Avatar just because I want to kind of get like a gauge on their games as of late,
okay.
and that one's sitting in the yellow, so I'm not feeling too hot.
I thought you meant you were gonna like try and pick Avatar. I'm like that definitely came out last
Definitely
year.
not,
Like,
no.
Picking Avatar too. Oh. Yeah, but think about all those years of work, Taylor. They had to make something great.
I believe that they've made it into a pretty good game. I just don't.
He's
believe
baiting
it's coming
you.
out in February.
He's baiting you.
Another good one would probably be like Suicide Squad. That'd be another good one they've been working
really
on. for a long
That's
talk
bait.
to your pick.
You know, maybe it'll be unloved darling like Midnight Suns. You know,
Mm-hmm.
great game.
God,
Play Midnight
Such a
Suns.
great game. I
Check
love
out
it personally.
Dylan I's
It's
20
my
hours
darling,
content.
and I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, this is unexpected.
Well, Taylor's thinking, Dylan. You think not that we could revisit in the summer? You think we're getting Death Stranding 2 this year?
Oh man, I did not even think about that, to be honest.
Yeah, like
I
I
would
pick because
say
it's no date, but you know,
I would say no, but we also don't really know anything of PlayStation. So I feel like
Yeah.
next showcase they do is going to have probably like 2 or 3 surprise things, and that definitely could be one of them. For some reason, do you feel like that or OD would come out first? Like, what is Kojima like right now in the final few months of working on? You know, I feel like OD might be that.
if OD's shorter and smaller, then yes. But at least with Death Stranding, like some of that has to be already done,
Yeah.
right? Like lots of the builds and characters, and I'm sure you already had a story idea. So I think if OD is the same type of huge, like same like size as Death Stranding was, then I'd say Death Stranding. But if it's a smaller one, then I'd see maybe OD, maybe in the summer.
If it was this year, it would have been at the Game Awards, right?
I don't think so, because maybe it's not a lock that it's this year. Maybe it's like really hopeful. That's why, because you still got Summer Games Fest, so I think that could be,
True.
you know, where Kojima walks out and what's he talking about? This podcast, but you know,
Man, I can't wait for that game. Very hype.
which one?
Death Stranding.
Oh, you know.
I can wait for OD, but I will play it.
What if you get that first trailer? Looks great too. You know, maybe there's some potential there. I don't know, but
Yeah, I just the weird mixed media part of it is
Right.
exciting, but also fearful for me.
all right, Taylor, we killed some time for you. That's definitely it. That's definitely a lot of time there.
That was a lot of time. Kirkland, should I go with a risk or should I go with my heart?
Risk.
Risk?
Risk, because that's no risk to me.
Damn.
Because the fans will
cold-hearted.
lose respect for you if you go for the safe one now. You know,
Yeah, what's your
Yeah,
safe one? I feel like
What,
there's
I
no
don't even
safe
know what a
ones at
safe
this
pick
point.
is anymore. Just like
Fight Similar 3.
Oh, I didn't say safe. I said to go with my heart, which
yeah.
also
Oh,
could be a
okay.
risk.
Oh,
fair
that's
enough. Fair
Skull
enough.
Bones.
Yeah, yeah.
Skull
We didn't-
Bones Heart. Risk,
That's a
who
Star
knows?
Wars title if I've ever heard it.
Star Wars. That could be the risk.
Yeah,
I can't do that one. That's
He's
a
doing Outlaws?
remaster.
You're doing
Outlaws?
Well,
Outlaws.
Hunters. Hunters. I'm not doing Hunters, but the Dark
Don't pick
Forces is a
Hunters again.
remaster.
You
so
pick
that
Hunters
can't happen.
once before you're lucky it didn't come out. Just
you picked that like 2 years ago, I think.
I did. That was I think our first year we were doing it.
Yeah, they were talking about Outlaw, but I don't think Outlaw ever got dated for this year.
I
Oh,
thought we
Outlaw
heard
did.
something about it getting pushed, but I forget if that was pushed
Yeah.
to later this year or just out of the year. But
All right, Taylor.
it was
I
not for
giving you
me going to
picks.
be a top fiver.
Yeah,
Just
time's
giving
up.
Taylor picks over here.
I don't know what this game will do overall, but I'm just gonna, maybe it'll do something nice. I'm gonna go with Howl on Xbox Series X.
Howl, what the
Howl.
fuck? This is the
We
first time
talked about
ever that a
this.
game I don't know has been mentioned.
I think we brought it up in the video game preview because I was like,
Did
what
we?
the hell's this title? Yeah, because
How did we talk about it last week and I already forget? That's not a good sign for the
Because it's a
marketing
bad
agency.
title. Howl, like, have you played Howl? Like, what's it about? again?
Release date November
January
14th, 2023.
That's not the one I'm talking about. Howl, January 23rd.
Are you sure it's not just a port from like a port to a different console?
Which
I
one
don't
came out in
think
2023? The PC
Who's the
one?
developer on it?
Let's see. Me Games, GmbH.
This game came out in December.
Initial release date, January 25th, 2023. What the fuck? Okay, well, fuck Polygons.
And you're lucky, dude. It got
Not
a
as-
70. It's in the yellow on Metacritic, so
Yeah.
you're lucky. You got a way.
You picked it and you had the Metacritic available to you. It's an
Polygon,
interesting-
not as good as The Verge.
So that wasn't your heart pick. That was your risk pick.
So that can't be my pick then, because it's
What
already
a
come out.
No, it's
what
already
an
out.
odd pick.
Okay, so that wasn't my heart pick. That was definitely the risk.
You're lucky I
wow.
googled that.
I'm
Here's
glad
with
you did.
Howler.
Thank you.
He just likes to go out the moon and howl outside. All right, gotta go with the other pick now.
Okay, you know what? Let's
Go with
just
the heart pick.
Let's fucking do it. Let's do Terminator Dark Fate. Let's see what this is.
Another
Nice.
game. I don't know.
Is that for sure the first time it's out? I feel like we've been talking about that for years.
February
So-
21st.
And can you just search Terminator Dark Fate
20
Metacritic just to make sure
2021.
nothing else comes out? I just feel like we had talked about this and maybe there's like a version out there, but that is talk about Hal was your
Doesn't-
risk pick.
Doesn't have anything out yet
'Kay.
for it, so
I'll let you have it. But like, Hal was your risk pick, and this is your non-risk pick. I
my
feel like
risk
it's more-
pick was Skull and Bones.
Okay. All right.
Okay, it's an RTS coming out February.
PC RTS games. I like my chances.
There's some
It's
very
coming
bad
out,
ones,
that's
too.
for sure. I'll give you that.
Yeah.
Let's let him have it. All right, Kirkland.
Okay,
You had a lot of time to think too.
round us off. Not a lot of picks left though. Not a lot of crazy ones
Tons of games
to
out
pick
there.
from.
There's a lot of great indies in my opinion.
Yeah, come on.
I'm
don't shit on
staring
me
at
like that.
one. I know it's gonna be coming out because the studio said this is the final release date. It was supposed to come out last year. I'm gonna go
That sounds
Stalker 2.
trustworthy.
Stalker 2, Heart of Chernobyl.
Okay.
First one, it's been a long time I think since that last Stalker game came out. So I think the fans are frothing and yeah.
Froth.
That's the one that I was going back and forth because it just got moved to September now. So that's where
Yeah.
it's like, I think
They said that's the final release date.
that's what they say. But I do believe it could come out, but you never know. So and I don't even know what that's gonna do wise. But that's the other one I was looking at. So
I think lowest 79 on Metacritic. So
Yeah,
I think
for
it's
that?
decent. I think the lowest it could possibly get is 79.
I could.
I don't know
see
how
that.
high it can go though.
I could see a 70.
Really? Wow.
Yeah, I could.
Looking like Howl over here.
Yeah. Yeah.
For PC or Xbox, though, the OGs came out on PC. I feel like a lot of the fan base is on there, but maybe they're like the critical ones that will just tear it apart if it doesn't deliver. I'll go PC.
Okay.
Okay, the only thing I need, Travis, is from you. Infinite Wealth. What was that? Xbox or PC or?
Like a
What
dragon?
game was that?
PS5. Yeah. PC. Infinite Wealth. That's
Did I
like-
pick
what
one for
money
Plucky
tycoon did you-
Squire, Taylor?
No, you did not.
I think that's on everything. Let me double check. But let me.
I'll put everything.
The other game I was looking at was Open.
I would love
Roads.
that collective all.
I
all
knew.
the,
Well, you said
ratings.
that you're looking at two, and you said Pacific Drive. So I'm like, wow.
Yeah. Open Roads is the other one because I thought someone might snag Pacific
That game
Drive.
looks
So I'm like,
cool. huh?
yeah. So it's like, okay, this is my last pick here. So everything other than we talked about Open Roads, everything that I put down my list, I had a list of 18 games. They all got picked, so I was prepared. I was like,
I'll go
okay.
with Xbox on that one.
You got
Taylor.
it.
All
I'm
right,
excited
Taylor.
for Pacific Drive. It's gonna be awesome.
I'm excited for those reviews.
Yeah, get Travis in there. Or what? Taylor soon enough. We'll get a 4-man review going on for that. That'd be a
Awesome.
big surprise.
I won't commit, but hopefully. I don't know
I
the date
respect
of it
that.
yet. Well, we know the date, right? The drive. What is it?
Okay.
February 22nd.
Okay, here we go. Here is my list as it stands. I have Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, Senua's Saga, Hellblade 2, Avowed, Mina the Hollower, and The Plucky Squire. So I'm feeling good about that right now. I'm feeling good about it.
Thought at first you said Mita the Howler, like meat.
Meat.
Like, yeah. And then you could also turn to Howler, Mina the Howler. So,
Oh, true.
No,
Yeah.
that's Taylor's game.
yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't
It's
dare
already been
encroach
out.
on his decree.
Here is my list, the 2024 Video Game Drafts winning list, actually, what it's going to be. Peach Showtime on the Switch, Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth, PS5, Helldivers, PS5, Indiana Jones and the Circle of Doom, Xbox Series X specifically. No, don't want anything up there. I don't like Taylor having the controls here. And number 5, Pacific Drive, PS5. So I'm liking that. So yeah, I'm very
Nice
happy with that list. A lot of good games coming out earlier in the first year. I'm set up for success, I think.
Just waiting for that Indiana Jones delayed.
2026. No. That is the most risky one on here. I admit. So, and
We
and
got the
even
repicks,
game-wise,
though. We got the repicks, so
Yeah.
you can...
It could also just be shit
Recycle 'em.
too. It could come out and just be like in the 70s.
it could, but I don't think so.
Yeah.
I think it'll be sweet.
So my list consists of number 1, Mario vs. Donkey Kong. Number 2, Tekken 8. Number 3, Dragon's Dogma 2.
Yeah,
the
definitely
first
not
two.
Dogman. That sounds like a cryptid that you
Oh,
Dogman.
Dogman.
This episode's about
Got
Dragon's
cryptic
Dog
clues
Man.
on my brain.
You've typed that a million times on your other pod. Man.
Yeah.
Ruben, what do you
number
got for
4.
the chat?
Warhammer 40K, Space Marine 2,
What a title.
and then Terminator Dark Fate.
I can't wait to see how that one does.
Which one, Terminator?
That's a KL.
Terminator for sure. Yeah, I can't wait. I kind of forgot it was an RTS game, so you got me really hyped when Dylan mentioned that because like if that's
It
a
looks
good
great,
game,
honestly, from the Steam
Okay.
screenshots at the very least.
Yeah, like I love Terminator, I love RTSs, so fuck like that could be touching the toes.
Touching the toes.
Toes.
All right, my list. Starting at number 1, I went with South Park Snow Day for the PS5, followed by Rise of the Ronin for PS5, Black Myth Wukong for PS5, Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024 for PC, and Stalker 2 Heart of Chernobyl for PC.
Nice. Some solid games there to start us off. That's all 20.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, very interesting and kind of, I'd say a bit of a weird lists going on at the start of the
Yeah.
year here, just because of what 2024 is looking like. But yeah, like I said at the top, we will be back at some point in the summer to repick any delays and pick some other fresh games that get announced in those summer directs as they do. But yeah, this is fun as it always is, and thank you everyone for listening. We'll see you in just a few days to talk more about Indiana Jones, Avowed, Hellblade.
Watch just look like shit, Indiana Jones. They just show all this, but it just looks awful.
Imagine us that Kong games, those graphics in that Kong game.
Yeah,
Oh
or it's
my God.
or it's like remember when Halo? What was the newest Halo that came out?
Infinite.
Infinite.
Wealth.
Remember that's first showing. You had like that guy,
Oh
that
yeah,
mean guy.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
Greg. Yeah.
Yeah,
Greg.
you get that with Indiana Jones, Harrison Ford, and he's just looking like that, and like, oh, it's over.
Or it's actually just like Lego Indiana Jones 2, and we
Yeah.
didn't know this whole time. It's like, oh, okay, well.
I'm happy with that though. Lego makes some good games, so I think.
I don't know if I want that from Machine Games though. Makers
That's
of
true.
Wolfenstein.
It had to be a 3 because there was a Lego Indiana Jones 2.
Oh, sorry, I didn't know. I
There you
didn't
go,
mean to
maybe.
offend any.
Next week, you'll
Maybe
find out.
offend.
Personally.
We'll find out. Thank you everyone for listening. We'll see you in just a few short days. Bye-bye.
Bye.